Welcome to final group presentation. Our group includes three members, Cliff Freeman, Michael Losh-Paulini, and Lim Trung. Today we're going to discuss the case studies of Lucent Technologies Company. Industry background. Back in the mid-70s, the Department of Justice took an antitrust lawsuit against the Bell system, and it took them about 10 years to finally break this system into AT&T and 7 regional local carriers. At the same time, it limited AT&T from entering the local phone market. What also significant about this period in 1995, the new development of hybrid fiber coaxial cable, which supported digital high capacity and two-way communication. The adoption of this new technology brought new players into the industry, include Cisco, Microsoft, Google, and so on. It also broadened the penetration of cellular voice and data services. Continue on from the 90 to 2000. The Telecom Act in 1996 really opened up the competition across all lines of business. In 1998, two large long-distance providers like MCI and WorldCom decided to merge. In 1998, AT&T acquired the leading competitive access provider like Teleport. Corporate background. Because of 1984 breakup of the Bell systems, AT&T was limited to compete in the local phone market. At the same time, it opened door for AT&T to enter the computer market. In 1991, in order to position itself for future and to defend from other rivals like IBM, AT&T decided to acquire NCR company. However, the integration of NCR as the division of AT&T failed. In 1995, in preparation for the Telecom Act in 96, AT&T decided to spin off NCR and what is the new entity called Lucent Technology as a trivestiture, which is the three entities of AT&T, Lucent, and NCR. In April 1996, Lucent went public and it raised $3 billion. The company was headed by Henry Shack, which is a seasoned business leader. Shack at the same time brought his protege, Richard McGinn, as the COO, with the intention is to prep him to be the next CEO. Lucent major competitors at this point include Nortel, Ericsson, and Alcatel. Let's look at the performance of Lucent before the merger with Alcatel. From 95 to 99, as you can see that the revenue grew at the compound rate of 17%. One of the best performance products of Lucent was System for Network Operators, which gained about $10.6 billion in these 4 years. 1999 was the best performance for Lucent. Comparing its performance against its three other major players like Ericsson, Nortel, and Alcatel, they all had a very small margin of each other in terms of net income. From 95 to 2000, Alcatel performance actually has doubled its revenue, while Lucent only gained about 17%. In 2000, while Lucent revenue was down about 50%, Alcatel revenue continued to be on the upward trend. However, 2001, due to the dot-com bubble, all these four companies' values actually collapsed. Product life cycle analysis. Let's look at the 4-stage development of one of Lucent products, the optical networking product and services. as you can see that at the early stage of fermented stage, when the products was first invented, OC48 was the name of the products, which has the speed of 2.5 gigabyte per second. It helps Lucent to enter into the market, and the products took off as the company upgraded to 10 gigabyte per second. The product is now called OC192. Because of the continued development, it helps to result revenue growth in $10.6 billion in 5 years. At stage number 3, when at the maturity stage, when there's too much competition of rivals like Cisco System and Nortel Networks, which competed with Lucent in this market. Because Lucent stopped developing, upgrading the OC192 products, so it was actually pushed out of the market because its rival has done a better job. Human resource development. Let's look at the organizational restructure. Because Henry Schack, when he came in as a CEO, he had the intention of prepping his COO, Richard McGinn, to be the next CEO. So there was a very smooth transition from one leader to the next. As soon as Richard McGinn took over, he decided to restructure the company by grouping the employees by job function rather than by the product lines. He created what is called the 11 hot business units, which focus on customer, markets, and competitors. What it did was shifting from the own entitlement culture to the accountability and result culture, which is a little bit more flexible and nimble structure. He actually removed all of the barriers which empower the employees to excel. All of the executives would relinquish its decision-making downward. He nurtured the culture, what is called risk-taking. He embraced the failure and encouraged the honest. The initiative that he put together is called Embrace Growth, which stands for Global Result, Obsession, Workplace, and Speed. So how would these changes would be made if there was no one is driving the change? McGinn decided to make HR to be leading the change. HR now is going to become a very flexible and focused on the business needs. HR is going to be restructured as the client model business partner. They act as a client business partner. The competencies for business partner role, they develop the competency, the talent acquisition, the high performance culture, and the compensation model. In addition to that, HR will add in diversity. They make diversity is important because it's a way to seek solutions to customer problems. At the same time, the workplace culture has also been changed to become more open, supportive, and diverse. Operation management process, supply chain management. Lucent had problem at that time with its supply chain management in Asia. So what they decided to do to redesign the supply chain management to become what is called supply chain networks. The supply chain networks now is going to be responsible for from supplier to supply chain engineering and management, to products engineering, to testing, procurement, manufacturing, logistics, and distribution, to outsourcing. In 1999, Lucent selected Ryder System to be the leader in supply chain networks. And what it does is lead on the outbound logistics service provider in America. In 2006, after the merger with Alcatel, Flextronic was selected as a sole SCN. Communication strategy. Lucent developed internal, external, and how to bridge the divide. The internal communication is because of the due to the restructure of the vertical hierarchy to the flatter horizontal structure. Lucent required the buy-in from the executive leadership. Training from HR is going to be from top down. Again, they emphasize that culture change shifted from own entitlement to individual accountability and result. The flatter organization which means faster communication. In terms of external communication, Lucent required the buy-ins from its employees. They put the employees to act as the ambassador. They're going to be the single face of Lucent. What it means is that they act as a liaison between the customer and departments to influence the product's needs, and they basically unleash the employees' power to be responsible for all the sales and revenues. Bridging the divide, because of the clear communication from the executive to all of the employees level, the employees now would have a very open communication channels, and they have a strong customer-firm relationship. Leadership. Comparing the leadership style between Henry Schack and Richard McGinn. Henry Schack himself was a very charismatic and visionary leader. His leadership style considered to be hybrid. What it means is a combination of team, visionary, and very charismatic leadership style. He acted as more like a mentor, advisor, rather than the decision maker. Whereas Richard McGinn was a visionary, but also a very influential leader. His leadership style was very approachable, down to earth, and protector. His management style is what is called tie and loose. Tie means setting aggressive goals, but loose in a way that allowing managers the freedom to achieve those goals. If we look at the organizational structure, when Schack was the CEO comparing to McGinn as the CEO, Schack has a very traditional hierarchy vertical structure, whereas McGinn has a very flatter organization, which fits into his leadership style. In conclusion, why did Lucent technology fail? Between 1999 and 2000, McGinn was blamed for having a poor communication to the board and to the investor, the shareholders. He misrepresented revenue and profit. The company itself did not keep up with future technology. The telecom bubble collapsed in 2000, really devastated the entire industry, which left the investor did not know what to predict of Lucent, so they decided to evacuate it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.